Well, hello there. We've previously visited Gibraltar on a cruise ship, and we thought you'd like to know how we got on. So, if you'd like to know a little bit more about visiting Gibraltar on a cruise ship, watch on. Well, it's me again, Mama Jane's husband, and I'm flying solo again, as Mama Jane can't join me again, mainly because she finds it difficult recording videos some days. Today, as I said, we're talking about our visit to Gibraltar, um, and we had a great time. We really like Gibraltar. Now, the thing is, everybody wants to get up the rock at Gibraltar, the Rock of Gibraltar. Everybody wants to go up there. So it's busy. And it also can be quite expensive to do it with an organized shore excursion from the cruise company. There's loads of videos talking about visiting Gibraltar and getting up the rock. Top tip is to get there early, all right? Because it gets busy. So as soon as you can get off the cruise ship, you need to be one of the first off. One of the issues is that the rock is steep. It should be obvious that, but it is very steep. So if you go up by cable car, then you've got a lot of walking to do. Okay, or even if there's a bus that you can take, standard bus to take you up, again, you end up doing an awful lot of walking. So we decided we would opt for a tour in a bus, but we'd read and seen that you could pick one of these up in the cruise terminal. And that's what we did. So as we walked off, there they were, as predicted, people selling you tours of the rock for 40 euros. We said yes. And the thing is, they start once they got a full bus. So we're in a minibus and we're with 6 other random people. It didn't take long for people to join us, and then off we went. Now, so we were actually up at the entrance to the rock before it was opened. But because they knew our driver, who was also our guide, they let him in early, which was great. So we were almost first up, and it is spectacular scenery, and it gets better the higher you go up. So there's going to be lots of videos looking out. And in fact, you can see right across to Africa. And we did. So there. Now then, there's the Pillars of Hercules statue. That's something else that is a good thing to see. And then we went to St. Michael's Caves. Now, as you enter, they'll scan your wristband that you've been given by your driver and your guide. And he leaves you at the entrance, and then you go through, and then he picks you up at the other side. You don't go in and out in the same place. So you just need to be aware of that. And this amazing underground caves with amazing stalagmites and stalactites formations. The clever thing that they've done is how it's been lit. So it's lit to show out the forms that are there. So St. Michael's Angel, for instance, is lit so that you can clearly see the angel form, although it is pretty obvious. And then there's a little auditorium they built with, again, some light shows to show you the best of the rock formations. I really thought they were quite good. And I've been to a few of these now. I thought it was really well done. So I really enjoyed that. So I'll drop some video in. And I know it's only lights on rock, but it is a when you get out, the taxi man was there waiting for us. And this will be your first encounter with the famous, infamous monkeys of the Rock of Gibraltar. Now, key thing is our driver, he gave us some safety briefings. Because these monkeys, they're clever little things, but they're also very good at getting things from you. So if you've got a bag and you're not aware of what's happening, they will get in your bag and take your stuff out. They are fond of bananas, so don't take a banana and expect to eat it, because they will get that banana out of your hand because they want it. So cute, but they're rogues, right? So be warned. Very cute, the monkeys, but they are rogues, so be warned. Now, the next thing that we stopped at, next place we stopped at, was this purpose-built viewing platform, and we had some amazing views from this. Now, beware, part of the walkway is clear, so you can see down, and you can see down a long way. So just be wary of that. If you've got a bit of a wobble when you're on heights, gotta be careful, okay? But it is amazing views, really, really quite astounding, really. And again, quite a lot of monkeys at this stop, and a lady had a banana stolen and just hang on to her bag. So you've got to watch them. Got to watch them. Now, when you exit again, the taxi driver will drop you off somewhere and then pick you up at the end when you come out of the walkway. And then you're going up a steep climb. Now, if you've not got a taxi, you've got to walk up this steep climb, okay? So again, it is a good idea to get one of these private taxis while we're all waiting for people to come out. The drivers have permission to feed the monkeys, and the monkeys know them, of course. So it's quite cute. And actually, some of us did feed the monkeys with the drivers showing us what to do and how to be careful. The next stop, well, it was the old barracks that were used by the soldiers when they were there. And the main reason for stopping here is it's another viewpoint, and it's a viewpoint over the airport. Now, the airport's a bit odd at Gibraltar because it's got a road running through it. So they have to stop the traffic when there's an aeroplane landing. So, and I'll drop some video into that because not often you see that. And we came down. Now, I have to say, it's a steep drive down. I mean, it is a steep drive down. And then you get into the center of Gibraltar. And that's when you pay the guide and driver. So you don't pay until you've finished the tour, which again I like. Shows you're not going to get ripped off, but he wants cash. So you need it in cash, and he'll show you where the ATM is if you haven't got cash. Okay, so that's just to remind that you need to do that. So we were up there for about 3 hours, I think. Had a nice tour. We didn't get to see the whole of the rock. It would be difficult to do it in one visit, I think, because there's quite a lot of caves to, I mean, and batteries, gun batteries to view and everything like that. And we just didn't have the time this time because we wanted to see some of the town as well. So just be warned, there is a lot to see on the rock. Probably takes 2 visits to get through it in a reasonable amount of time to take it all in. So, like I said, the tour took 3 hours, and as soon as we got down, we had a drink and a break. Now, beware that service is notoriously slow and poor in the cafes in Gibraltar. Basically, they do not need to try. We went to see Trafalgar Cemetery. It was now very busy in the town, and I'm glad I wasn't going up to the rock at this point. And now, it's a very interesting place to visit, Trafalgar Cemetery. It's the cemetery where people who died at the Battle of Trafalgar are buried. I know that's stating the obvious, but sometimes you need to. So, Nelson, one of our famous British sea captains, in fact, he was an admiral, Admiral Nelson, had a famous victory at the Battle of Trafalgar. And those who died at the battle, some of them are buried in a cemetery at Gibraltar. Very interesting place, worth a visit. And then on the way there and on the way back, we stopped at a few interesting places. I'll drop some pictures in, and quite a nice little jaunt, really. And we noticed that a lot of the shops are English shops. Well, Gibraltar's owned by the UK. And lots of the shops no longer exist in the UK, but they're still going strong out there. There weren't really any price advantage. So although the tax situation is different, the price was about the same as you'd pay in the UK. So there's no real advantage of buying anything there. And eventually the shops open out to a nice square. And again, we had a drink. And again, we had poor service. I'm being polite as well, by the way. Now, the thing is that the shops aren't particularly cheap, but the cafes are. So although the service is not great, good value for money in the cafes. And then the shuttle bus, there's a shuttle bus from the cruise terminal to the entrance to the town. They were massive, take us back, absolutely massive. So we decided we'd walk. Well, that was interesting. And we will walk back, and there was a massive queue to get in the cruise terminal. Now, we're told that there's not normally such a big queue. It's just that it was P&O Iona's first visit to Gibraltar, and Iona were having a few teething problems with the visit, and the port authorities were having a few problems with Iona. Like I said, we didn't have time to see everything, and you're not. So there's lots to see in Gibraltar, and but we had a good time, really enjoyed it, and we're looking forward to going back sometime. So anyway, what would be great is if you've enjoyed this video and like what we've got to say, it'd be really, really great if you would subscribe and like the video. We have lots of people who watch our videos who don't subscribe, and we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I know that's not big by some of the big uh, uh, video makers, vloggers, but we'd really like it. It would be a little bit of a milestone. I think we've got 900 odd at the moment. So we're getting there. But if you could like and subscribe, it'd be a great help to us and the channel. But for now, it's a goodbye from me, and it's also a goodbye in absentia from Mama Jane. So, goodbye.